So let's do some color analysis for current issues of Vogue. First up is Italian Vogue, October 2025 issue. We have the main color is the sweater being worn, number 6E1520. It's this deep maroon color. Now, the other standout colors, of course, is the font in this periwinkle color, or 7E81A4. And the interesting thing is, if we're talking about complementary colors, the complementary color would actually be the teal color that I provided, 146E64. Of course, we can tell if they were to go for that teal color, that would have kind of pumped this whole image up. It would have taken the direction definitely much more punchier, maybe a little bit more edgier, whereas the periwinkle, you kind of get this sophisticated, understated mood, which we're going to talk about some more in these other covers. It's a kind of a running thing with Vogue covers, this kind of this understated, quiet luxury thing we're still seemingly obsessed with. But I wanted to compare this deep maroon color of the sweater with Lava Falls, which is a color featured on Pantone's Spring 26 trend report for New York Fashion Week. You can see it's a little bit more subdued, the Lava Falls, whereas the sweater here, obviously we have a lighting situation where the sweater may definitely be just reading deeper than the sweater is in real life. And I just think that's an important conversation we need to keep having about variations in color, what's being printed or what we're seeing online versus what we're actually seeing in the store. Usually what we see in real life, and when it comes down to actually mixing pigments, sometimes you're not going to get that same vibrancy that you see, that as something that's photographed, and put online. And obviously we have to think of retailers too in terms of cost effectiveness, because I could see a retailer definitely going for something more like Lava Falls just for the sake of not having to worry about a deeper color fading over time on the sales floor, or customers complaining that something faded over time, and so I could definitely see this just being a matter of, what can retailers procure that customers are going to be happy with over time, something that they don't have to worry about putting on sale because customers are not happy that the color did not maintain its depth over time. Next up, we have Kris Jenner for Vogue Arabia, September issue 2025. She's wearing this deep yellow, almost mustard yellow leather trench coat, and we're seeing they're pairing it with this dark blue belt. And we kind of see the same thing, whereas if they did wanted to complement the color of that trench coat, the actual complementary color would be this, again, slightly periwinkle color, 3F67AD. But again, this definitely would have pumped up the whole atmosphere, the whole vibe of the photo shoot. If anyone brought that color, there would definitely need to be a conversation of, is this direction we really want to go? And of course, I can see Vogue Arabia in collaboration with Kris Jenner, older woman, a woman of a certain means. I could definitely see them just going for a more luxurious feel, more quiet luxury. It's not about, being edgy, maybe they definitely are catering to women of a certain status. So I could definitely see the color schemes being just a little more played down. And I think it's another interesting conversation of what are these editors in these different regional publications of Vogue getting as far as looks. Are they getting less? Is everyone getting the same thing as Vogue in America's getting, or British Vogue or French Vogue? And I wonder if that's something Anna Wintour may address, or since she's leaning more into her role as global editor of Condé Nast, because it would seem that she would want, all the talented in these different publications of Vogue to have whatever they need to really show off their talent as best they could. And last but certainly not least, we have Vogue Spain's October 2025 cover featuring Chloe Sevigny. And again, we're seeing just kind of these analogous colors playing together. We have this lovely green olive color that's in this floral pattern, and then that just going, really richly well with this kind of yellow, see some like wheat, colored couch that's also has a floral pattern going on with it as well. And again, the complementary color for the yellow B68436 would be this Sky Blue 3768B5. Now again, this isn't, you know, a campaign for editors to do complementary colors, just to show how, you know, the direction as far as styling could have went differently if we would have played more off of the complementary colors of the couch coming out of the couch versus the green, which is more analogous to those colors. So what do you guys think? Is any of your favorite colors on any of these Vogue covers that I mentioned? Are one of these your favorite? There's obviously tons of Vogue covers, but I'll be analyzing some others in some later videos.